What's going on, everyone? Lilith here. Cryptocurrency and credit cards. You got BlockFi with their own credit card. You got Gemini with their own credit card. You have Nexo with their own credit card. And so today, I wanted to look at all the details A to Z for Nexo's credit card and give my opinion and kind of give my feedback on the product itself. And with that, we'll get straight into it. Nexo card, the only card that lets you spend the value of your digital assets without having to sell them. This card isn't released yet, so you can get early access by signing up on the site. Looking at the key features, it's accepted worldwide by 40 million plus merchants. And if you look at the logo on the Nexo credit card itself, it shows up kind of like a MasterCard, but Nexo is based out of Europe. And if you look at the logo, and you've seen it before, it also goes by another name known as Maestro, which means master as well. But looking at the color scheme, it looks more like a MasterCard, and I've seen Maestro given in both colors, in this orange red as well as a blue kind of red. You get instant cash back on all your purchases, and it says cash back, but that cash back can be in the form of cryptocurrency as well. You have flexible repayment options, and in addition, you have free additional virtual cards. These virtual cards, if you're familiar, for example, with the X1 credit card or privacy.com, you can actually have virtual card numbers. So, for example, if you're afraid of theft, or let's just say you want to be extra secure, or you want to take advantage of some free trials, you can basically have these virtual card numbers to use on certain services, and you're protecting yourself that much further. You have payments made in local currencies, and moreover, you have no monthly or annual fees. In addition, you don't have any foreign transaction fees. No monthly fees and no annual fees, and especially no foreign transaction fees, is huge. Because, for example, even if you were able to send Bitcoin from, let's say, America to Switzerland, you'll still incur that Bitcoin network fee. And so without any foreign transaction fees, there's no extra, for example, 2.9% on all purchases that's added as a foreign transaction fee. And in addition, you still have your cryptocurrency in your account instead of actually spending it, aka you're not converting your cryptocurrency to cash, which again may have some fees in the back end on Nexo. You're actually able to just spend just like that. Nexo does have a desktop version of their site, and what they're saying is basically their credit card can also be managed through their Nexo wallet app. Again, accepted by 40 plus million merchants worldwide. All you have to do is swipe your card, and the payment amount is deducted from your available balance on your credit line. Your credit line, in the first place, is actually your cryptocurrency that you have with Nexo, and it's a certain percentage of your holdings, and according to their terms and conditions based on the loan to value on certain assets, they'll issue you a certain credit line. This credit line does fluctuate as the prices of cryptocurrency fluctuate as well, and so you want to be kind of careful. And since there are no credit checks, even if you utilize 100% of your credit, it may not affect your credit score per se, but Nexo does have that right to actually liquidate your assets, so this is more of a point of caution than not. So in this sample notification, they talk about a cash withdrawal done at a Tokyo ATM. The point is, with a credit card, if you actually take money out of an ATM, it's considered a cash advance. And more importantly, it actually affects your credit more directly than not, because it's seen like you're using cash that you don't have instead of using it for purchases, which that debate is for another day. But in general, cash advance, doing it on a credit card is actually a big no-no and can affect your credit score. So the fact that you can take out cash from an ATM with your Nexo credit card, quote unquote, is actually pretty cool, and more than that, it's interesting because you're not even selling your crypto for cash to get that cash out of the ATM, you're just using what you have as collateral. Similar to how margin works in the stock market, you basically have your assets with Nexo, and so your collateral with Nexo is your cryptocurrency, while on the other hand in the stock market, it's your actual portfolio plus cash you have in the stock market. In this case, you're basically able to take out, depending on how much is allotted by your broker, or in this case Nexo, based on your credit line, X amount of cash, similar to how you can take X amount of margin in cash straight from your broker. The features you need right at your fingertips. You can freeze and unfreeze your Nexo credit card with a single tap, which I'm assuming is through the app, receive instant notifications about all transactions, create free virtual cards for safe online purchases, monitor all your transactions in real time, get 2% cash back with all purchases, and view your PIN and change it at any ATM if needed. Similar to the safety of these virtual card numbers, the fact that you can change your PIN, I think, is a big USP, aka unique selling point. Get 2% cash back every time you tap your Nexo card. Choose whether you receive your rewards in Nexo tokens or BTC, or toggle between the two right before making a transaction. All your cash back is automatically placed in your Nexo account, so the only thing you got to worry about is making purchases with your card. I'm usually not a stickler about these things, but it does say get 2% back every time you tap your card, and I hope tap is not to be confused with, let's say, swiping or using it for online purchases, or let's say you can load it into Apple Pay, Google Pay, etc. I'm pretty sure it's 2% on all purchases, but just putting this little extra detail out there. I think one of the coolest parts is that you can choose between Nexo tokens or BTC. Me personally, I choose BTC every single time. Nothing wrong with Nexo, and I'm sure that Nexo tokens are a great utility to use the service, but when you compare, for example, Nexo versus Celsius versus BlockFi versus Gemini versus etc., for me personally, BTC, at this time at least, and in general, I would say for me personally, BTC is the way to go. Flexibility versus not. And finally, a secure wallet for your digital assets. This is basically a point on their security, but it's equipped with similar military-grade 256-bit encryption and a 24/7 365 fraud monitoring mechanisms guaranteeing the safety of clients' funds and transactions. Not to go into too much detail, but there are a lot of services trying to integrate this 256-bit level of encryption and security overall, so it's good to see that Nexo is on that same playing field. The Nexo credit card isn't out yet, but at the same time, you can still sign up for early access. And referral links wise, there aren't any, at least to my knowledge, for Nexo specifically. And finally, I did release some videos on Gemini's credit card as well as BlockFi's credit card. So this is one more from a cryptocurrency exchange of sorts, aka Nexo. So hope you enjoyed it. And I'll ask this, but if you want to see a comparison of some of the credit card type of products within this actual space of cryptocurrency, happy to do it, so do comment below. But with that, thank you so much.